Good morning, everybody. This is Kim Dahnke coming to you live from the Shibboleth studios in Kennesaw, Georgia. And today is Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021. And we have 59 days left in the 2021 edition of the Game of Life. And I hope that you're playing along with me in this game. I decided to have a holiday yesterday. I went to lunch with my friend and Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer, if you're watching this morning. And I decided to have the Gouda mac and cheese with some fried chicken. But it came as a sandwich. Let me just tell you, if it had been a sandwich, it would have been massively huge. But of course, I told them to leave that bun in the back. But then I holidayed a little bit more last night. And you know what? I just don't feel that great this morning. Who's had that happen? Who has had that happen? You holiday and you're like, I feel gross. But it is what it is. I marked it on my calendar as a holiday and I will move forward. Now, this weekend, remember I had a holiday possibly scheduled for Saturday. And I think I might take that one away because I think yesterday did it for me for a minute. Maybe sorry. See, I didn't even sleep that great last night, so now I'm tired. Well, and the Braves won, so I was up watching the Braves kind of late last night, too. So when you hop on here this morning, let me know how you're doing, where you're watching from, what type of day you're planning today. Come here, Daisy. Daisy wants to come up in my lap. Oh. Hey, good morning, Kathy from Michigan. We've got Chris from Jacksonville, Florida. Day 65, perfect 65 days, down 36.2 pounds. Congratulations, busy morning ahead. Hey, Dawn Lyons, good morning. Good morning, Joanne. Hey, Nicole, I know, let's see. Chris said, that's why I'm afraid to take a holiday. I feel too good. Just keep doing that. Chris. Diane, good morning, Columbus, Mississippi. Share down 0.5 pound. Yay! And thank you for sharing. The share button is in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and it makes a big difference when people share. Good morning, Amy from Ohio, having a perfect day. And Colleen, having a perfect day in Michigan. And Nicole's having a perfect day. Awesome. Go Braves. That's right. Good morning, Heather. Good to see you on here from Alabama. Hey, Amy, good morning. And Bo and Bella are still in bed. Awesome. That's good. And yay, the Braves won, having an IMF day in Western North Carolina. Hey, Michelle Harper, watching from the car, headed to Braves country. That's awesome. And CJ, hey, Atlanta, perfect day. I went to the store and today is the day. Congratulations. That's awesome. So glad. Okay, so today I'm going to do the devotion from Discerning the Voice of God. And I'm going to read the different parts that I had highlighted. There's a story, and it says, you may or not know the name Arthur Bissett. If not, good morning, Charlene from Michigan, having a perfect day. There's Patty Bass from Murray County. I am like an energized bunny this morning. I can tell. If not, you're likely to have heard of what he's best known for. In the 1960s, he opened a little coffee shop in Hollywood, California, and constructed a large wooden cross. When he nailed it to the wall in his new establishment, which he nailed. Okay, soon, however, he felt compelled to take the cross down and carry it out into the streets. Eventually, he would carry it across the country and around the world on foot. I'm not joking. On Christmas Day, 1969, he began his first walk, and since then, he's literally carried his cross into every sovereign nation on the planet, including many island groups and other land masses, covering all 7 continents, more than 42,000 miles at last counting. He is listed in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest ongoing pilgrimage. It's been a unique undertaking to say the least, and though it's easy for critics to question whether or not Blessed heard from God in launching out on such an unusual ministry. It's not our place to judge. You've got to love this quote he made about the wooden cross. Okay, this is really funny. This is the quote he made about the wooden cross many years after he began his journey. If I knew I was going to have to carry it around the world, I wouldn't have made it so big. And I just thought that was so, I don't know, when I read things like that, I go, okay, why did I make my body so big? I'm having to carry it around before Shibboleth. If we could have it our way, following God wouldn't require as much effort and strain as it sometimes does. Our manicured nails wouldn't need to get chipped or dirtied. Our spiritual muscles wouldn't need to be stretched or strengthened. Our own dreams and ambitions wouldn't need to be submitted. We could serve God with little resistance. The cross we'd construct for ourselves to carry would be small, pocket-sized, easily ignored, and conveniently stowed. But not everything's like that. Not everything is like that. Let's see, what else did I have marked in here for Shibboleth? All kinds of stuff. Committing ourselves to God's predetermined, sovereignly orchestrated plans and allowing them to govern our lives gives us a framework through which to understand His leading. Without confident trust in this biblical truth, we will lack the means to clearly hear God's voice speaking to us. Instead, we will mistake our flesh's desire for ease, convenience, or pleasure as the voice of God's. If left to ourselves, we will always choose Dan and Bethel. Okay, so that story is about the king making places to worship God more convenient. Have you ever looked for a more convenient place to worship God than going all the way to Jerusalem? Over the more cumbersome journey to Jerusalem. Our flesh, if not the enemy himself, will be quick to suggest that God's way is too difficult for you. Okay, living the Shibboleth lifestyle is about eating the proper foods, properly combined, and some people see that as more difficult. I don't, because I don't want to spend money on pills, potions, shots, and things like that, and I don't want to spend money on surgery and things like that. Now, some people have had that, and that's okay. Personally, I didn't want to spend anything on things like that. But it's amazing how Satan will trick you into thinking that those things are easier. It's too difficult for you to do it just with food. And I don't want us to think that, because we can do this with food and enjoy what we are doing. Okay, so this next thing, never think your circumstances are disconnected from His leading and His will. He uses seemingly meaningless activities as tools to guide you towards His plans. Don't spend your time wishing you could get out of the season of life you're in. Just keep following, expecting God to walk you into His purposes or to walk you into different circumstances. When you ask Him for direction, take into account the probability that your current activities and responsibilities are already part of the path that leads you toward His purposes. I like being led toward His purposes. I feel much more comfortable knowing He's in charge than me. We often find God's will when we do what's next and obediently respond to the normal duties of life. I think eating properly is a normal duty of life. The late author and Bible teacher Elizabeth Elliot said that one of the best pieces of advice she ever received in life was to do the next thing. Well, let's do the next best thing. We encounter God's guidance as we engage and invest ourselves in our current circumstances. God is the God of right now. He calls us not to be regretful over yesterday. See, I can't be regretful over that holiday. I enjoyed the holiday at lunch, but then when I ate other stuff later, or worried about tomorrow. He wants us focusing on what He is saying to us and putting it in front of us today. The enemy's voice will focus on the past and the future. The voice of our God will focus on today and will point us confidently toward the future. Okay, so today I'm going to have a perfect day. I'm actually going to not eat until lunch. Not that I couldn't. My stomach just doesn't feel like it. Okay. I underline this. So see what I do is I highlight the stuff that I think is good in general for my Bible study class, and then I underline and write an S next to the things that I think are good for Shibboleth. Impatience is a thief that robs us the best path because we are not willing to wait for it to be revealed. I'm going to read that again because there's a lot of folks that go, this just doesn't work. This doesn't work. I've been stuck at this number for a week or things like that. You keep doing the right thing, I promise you, you'll get where you want to be. Impatience is a thief that robs us the best path because we are not willing to wait for it to be revealed. And if you're doing the right thing, using your timing chart, if you can look back and go, yep, I've had truly perfect days, then what you should do is ask for a journal review, let the ladies look at it, and if there's something that needs to be tweaked, you can tweak it, and then you just keep doing everything you're supposed to do. Okay. I've noticed when God speaks, his direction will rarely appease my predilection to cave to my own weaknesses, insecurities, and limitations. Ooh, that's a good one. I've noticed when God speaks, his direction will rarely appease my predilection to cave to my own weaknesses, insecurities, and limitations. He doesn't confine his instructions to my natural level of comfort or capacity. Usually, in fact, if a message I'm hearing challenges me and requires a more specific dependence on him in order to be accomplished, I can detect that it's his leading. When God speaks, he frequently commissions me to do what I cannot do on my own strength alone. Instead, he calls me out upon the waters, the great unknown where feet may fail. Y'all recognize that song? What song did that come from? If I am to follow him in obedience, his word will often compel me to step outside the comfort zone of my natural abilities and into the realm of his supernatural possibilities. That was from the song. That little bit was from the song. I'm going to see if y'all can tell. Let me read it again. He calls me out upon the waters, the great unknown where feet may fail. Yeah, Nicole, that's right. The voices of our enemy, our pride, our apathy, or even our own egos will always give us an easier option. Their suggestions will always seek to circumvent God's way with the promise of ease, shortcuts, and immediate gratification. They will never encourage us to stay the course, see our commitment through to the end, or tap into divine resources along the way. They will encourage us to hide our weaknesses and frailty instead of offering them to Jesus. But shortcuts are not usually God's way. He puts extraordinary tasks on the plates of ordinary people so that ordinary people can see what an extraordinary God can do through them. Love that. There's many people on here who have lost 100 pounds and are close to 100 pounds. That is hashtag uncommon and extraordinary, and they did it by consistently being persistent. So you got to be consistent, and then when you don't want to be consistent, you have to be persistent. Let's see. Let me see. Oh man, I missed a whole bunch of typing. Oh, Patty says she's going to keep it perfect for 21 days. I'm thinking about saving that to January 2nd. Awesome. I love that y'all are going to keep it perfect 21 days. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, it's so true, Patty. She says holidays aren't worth it to her. She wants her energy. That's got to be a want too. So that is amazing. I love that comment. Laying down the addiction to food at the feet of Jesus. That's right. Good morning, April. April's having a turkey wrap wow challenge today. That sounds great. I love a turkey wrap. Christy, good morning. Late joining this morning, but another perfect day in Tennessee. Chris says it's so easy when you learn it. It's true. You just get up and bing, bang, boom. You do it. We are warriors for Christ. That's right. Good morning, Connie. Andrea, down 4 pounds of holiday weight in 3 days. Yay. This program never ceases to amaze me. Yes, that's right. Good morning, Rhonda. Glad you're here with us. Good morning. Hey, April. Oh, April's saying hey to Andrea. Yes, that's awesome. Yes, I've been seeing your progress on here, and you're such an inspiration. That's wonderful. Talking to Patty. I think my weight balanced out. Yeah, it may have. Rhonda, just keep living the lifestyle, and it will do it. It'll do what it wants to do. But you're small anyway, right? You were pretty small when you started. But see, this is the thing. I was calling her small, but she didn't like the way she felt, so she got started. But see, I have a stepsister who wanted to lose 10 pounds. She's a tiny person, and she lost 10 pounds and felt just like so much better. So it's all relative. It's all relative. Yes, Chris says truth, patience, and diligence. Impatience is a thief. Powerful words this morning. What's the name of the study you're reading from? This is Discerning the Voice of God by Priscilla Shirer. Yes. There we go. Patty Bass is 101.4 gone. She's even calling herself uncommon. I love it and love it. We're chatty this morning. I know it is chatty this morning. Yes. Yeah. See, Rhonda? See? Now, I don't know how tall you are. But I'm sure you're feeling great, and it may have balanced out, but just keep doing the lifestyle because that keeps you healthy and it keeps you from going the other way. Patty says she's so full of energy her fingers won't shut up. That's funny. Hey, where can we find the weight loss map, the one that shows us our weight loss pattern? In your profile. It's click on the purple profile tab. It's right there. Christy says, I have that study book, so I'm going to pick it up and start it. Yes, it's awesome. It's really, really great. Amanda, 9 pounds in her first week. Congratulations, Amanda. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Dana from Mulvaney, Kansas. Rhonda's 5'2". Okay. I'll have to do the math on that, Rhonda. But awesome. I love that y'all were so chatty this morning. Yeah, I've been wanting to do that, Patty, but I kept waking up and the devotion I was reading was pretty good. And this morning I read it and I went, not appropriate for us. I'm going to do that. So, y'all have a great day. Go ahead and journal your day. And then, if you're watching on replay, hashtag Shibboleth for His glory. Bye, everybody.